Hey guys, Matt here with the Funko Bro Show with Michael. We got some Comic-Con news to talk about, NFT news to talk about, and I think those are, and a few GameStops.
Yeah.
So, NFT, remember, this Tuesday we got the Jurassic Park coming out, so if you're interested in that, it is 1 p.m. Local time, and try to hop on it and pray you're able to grab one of those. But we'll see if they burn like the rest or the previous two have. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one does. And I don't know if this one flops 3 in a row. Is it going to be the end of NFTs?
I hope not.
Yeah, it might be though.
It might. We'll see.
We'll see. But moving on to Comic-Con. New York Comic Con happening October 17th, I think. 17th to like the 20-something.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm too broke to go, so that's why I don't know the dates off the top of my head.
Same.
But we did get the pop list.
Announcements, yeah.
And to be honest, I'm disappointed in these.
Yeah.
And I know you weren't too happy with them, so... I think my thing with them is like I feel like we got Dark Magician Girl, where she's like the best thing out of all of the announcements. But I know there's the Diamond Mike guy opening the 8th gate, which to me I'm really mad about this pop because it goes back to the point of they're just releasing the same thing. Because we have the common, we have the glow in the dark. Now we're gonna get the Comic-Con exclusive, and most likely we're gonna get the shared exclusive.
Yep.
So now we're gonna have 4 Mike guys, all with the exact same pose, very similar to each other. And it's like, what do you do if you bought the first one?
Yeah.
You know, like, do you like? Are you really wanting to get a glow and 2 diamonds just to have all the Mike guys? Because like, I have the glow. And I like the glow, but I don't want to go, get a diamond now.
Yeah, especially a diamond, it doesn't really make sense.
It doesn't fit him. So
like the glow, you're like, okay, he has fire going around him. You can relate that.
Yeah, so kind of disappointed in that one. And the second one I was really disappointed with was Owlbear.
Yeah.
I in one way, I'm happy that there's going to be an Owlbear that anyone can get. But the fact that this is just the NFT Owlbear, but white instead of brown, is just a huge disappointment. Because it's like, if you got the NFT, you know, and that's really cool. But now it's like, you get a Comic-Con one. You have all these Comic-Con ones flooding the market, and like your NFT one feels less special.
Yeah.
Because like all the other ones they dropped in that set, there aren't commons for them. I think maybe one other, but it's like, when they do these special drops, you want it to be special. And them just releasing chroma for it and rebranding it just feels sad. Like, I wish instead of because it's the sideways box, like the NFT. I wish they would have just made a 6-inch for it.
Well, what I was thinking now that you mentioned it was a ride almost. Get one of the famous D&D characters who's a druid or something, and just have him riding the owlbear.
That would also be a cool thing. But yeah, it just made me sad because it's like I wasn't impressed with them. And there are a lot more Comic-Con exclusives. I'll be throwing those up.
Oh, the Ichigo.
So you guys can see. Yeah. But I know I wasn't too impressed with them. But one I did like is the High Evolutionary. We're getting a pop for him.
I think a cool character.
Guardians 3 was one of the better... It was the best MC movie that has come out since Endgame. I'm going to go out on the record and say that. Because from Endgame to Guardians 3, I cannot remember a single movie in between where I remember the story. Like Wakanda Forever, mind wipe. Same thing with Thor, which I was super sad because I wanted Thor to succeed,
Yeah.
Thor 3 was good, so it's like, the previews for Love and Thunder looked good.
And
Soundtrack
Gore
was
such
fire.
a cool villain too.
Yeah. And
Christian Bale killed it, bro.
They just fumbled it, you know?
They did.
So it's like Guardians 3 has been the best movie Marvel released and one that I can remember, you know?
Yeah.
So the fact that we're getting a High Evolutionary, super happy about it. But, you know, with how, like, sad the drops have been, honestly, what I would have loved is, like, a 10-inch of him. You know? Just to have, like, a giant statue of him.
Okay.
You know?
I could see that.
Immortalize him.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what I would have liked to see, but, you know, I don't get to run Funko.
Yeah. But I did want to touch on the Insidious one we're getting.
Ooh.
Which is frustrating for me.
Okay.
Because I'm a big horror fan. But... And I do love the Insidious franchise.
Okay.
But I feel like they fumbled it just starting with the last Key movie.
Yeah.
Because the first one had... First off, that demon was kind of like, it doesn't look good as a Funko, to be honest.
Okay.
There were plenty of good demons they could have got from the first one that looked phenomenal.
Interesting.
Like the red blackface demon. I don't know if you've seen Insidious.
No, I don't.
But yeah, that would have been like, he's the face of the franchise.
Okay.
And they should have just started with that. I don't know why they went to the last movie that came out and started with that. It's just a weird
interesting
place to, you know, start making that series for Funko.
Okay. Well, it might be one of those, you know, where they just make one from the franchise and then they'll never touch it again.
But even then, to pick like, the last movie...
Yeah, you probably should have just started with the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Or even, like, the kid wears, like, this mask to find spirits.
Yeah.
And that's that could have been a really cool moment, too, but I digress.
Okay.
I don't know. As big as an anime fan as I am, too, they're just hitting too many anime things.
Yeah.
And too much of the same animes, which we touched on last week.
Yeah.
But like the 2-pack for Demon Slayer, I'm sorry, but we already got those as individuals. It's not like they really did much in the show. They were dead before the show started because they're part of Gyu's backstory.
But let's switch over to a better topic on some exclusives that are coming out. That I am excited for. I gotta say, my favorite one that I saw was Jack Skellington holding his head.
Yeah, that was
I think, you know, for the character you all know and love from Tim Horton, him holding his head is just so good. Really works with the Funko. Especially since, you know, Funkos have the giant head. It's really funny to see him holding his head. And I thought that was a really good Funko. And I'm excited because that was something fresh for me, you know?
Yeah.
You don't normally see detached heads on Funkos. So the fact that they did it, very happy with it.
The Punisher chase holding Daredevil's helmet was fun with that too.
So that's something I'm excited for. And what do you got?
There's a Arkham City Batman cover for GameStop. I'm looking forward to that one quite a bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big Arkham Knight fan. So
GameStop exclusive for that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So make sure to check out your GameStops. You know, you might want to hold off. They do like to hit those clearance sections recently.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's an interesting time to be a GameStop Funko collector. But yeah, no, I did think it's good. My only issue with that one, and really all the games, is like, okay, so they have the VHS, and then they have games,
and then movies,
and then comics, and it's like, I wish they would standardize those, because it's really hard to stack them.
Yes.
And then you know you got like the albums like
Star-Lord and Lil Wayne and Linkin Park.
Yeah, and they're all just like each variation of them is like slightly a different size.
Yeah.
So that's a little annoying because it's like they don't stack well, and then also another thing I've noticed with them is it's weird because, you know, like most of the time you think the cover they have on it, it's not part of the box. So like there's like a hard cover underneath that. Yeah. So it kind of like makes it like bend, so it's hard to stack them on top of each other. So like right now I'm in a kind of weird spot on like, I don't know if I just want to take them all out of the cardboard, because apparently you're able to hang them up. So I don't know if I want to do that or if I want to keep them with the box.
Yeah.
So I just think it's a little weird. I wish they would figure that out.
Yeah.
I would at least like to get them all to a standard size, just so it's like easier to display.
Agreed.
Because like the Witcher 3 one is like an inch shorter than the comics, and then like half the size and height. So it's just like one of those things where it's like I can't really stack it up with other comics. So I don't really know what I'm doing with those.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
That's what bugged me with the moments a lot.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed like the Marvel ones tend to be a little bigger.
Okay.
And then the other moments aren't as big. And then even some of the Marvel ones are different sizes too, just slightly. So
I hate when it's just like barely larger. So like it ruins a stack and you're like trying to figure out like, all right, do I put this one on top, bottom? How am I going to cover this
another stack?
Yeah, so I really would. Honestly, the biggest one I've seen are like rides.
Yeah.
Rides have no standardization. Like, I mean, you go from like either like Sam and Dean on Baby and like, you know, Dominic Toretto on the Charger. You know, and those are like a decent size, and then you know you have
like the AT
Thor on the
Walker,
goat,
Thor with the goat boat,
and like those are just like completely like I feel like when they're like picking the size, they're just like throwing at a dartboard, and they're like,
I mean, you got the Millennium Falcon too, which is like huge.
Yeah, so it's so hard.
It is.
So honestly, the only one I forgive for being like different sizes and having no fluctuation is Towns. Because like the Jurassic Park gates, I don't want those to be the same size as like Doc when he hits the electricity on the clock tower.
Yeah.
So like those are the only ones I can forgive for having variation. But like all these other ones, it just frustrates me. So yeah, those are my thoughts about those.
That.
Yeah.
We should switch gears too and mention the Indiana Jones exclusive.
Oh,
isn't that dropping tomorrow? Monday is what it would be.
Yeah, so probably when this video goes up in like a few hours, that one's gonna be dropping. Has lights and sounds.
Yep.
I'm hyped for it. I'm planning on picking one up. I do like when they add lights and sounds. I don't think it should go on all of them.
For the few they have it, it's enjoyable.
I liked Optimus Prime.
Optimus, and it was Darth
R2-D2.
Vader, right?
No, I don't think there might have been a Darth Vader. There was an R2-D2. I like that one.
Yes.
And then this one when he's trying to like place the sand. I like it because the eyes light up. I think it's a really cool moment. Yeah. And you know, it makes sense to have the lights and sounds in there. I'm excited to see what the sounds are.
Yeah. The Batman one too with Commissioner Gordon.
Oh yeah,
that was a good one
with the bat
lights.
signal.
Yep.
Yeah, so you know,
when Funko does that, they do it well.
Yeah.
And part of it is because they don't do it often.
You know, and that's what I think would be nice. It's like, you know, with these like we've been getting a lot of metallics lately.
With the Attack on Titan set for sure.
Yeah. Diamonds. So
we haven't gotten many of those.
Well, we're getting Bond. We're getting 8 Gates
and Noel.
And Noel. So you know we're getting a few more of those. So you know,
which is good.
Yeah.
As long as they don't keep this track record.
Yeah.
To me, the Might guys what kind of started.
So you know, hopefully we'll keep seeing, you know, some good ones come out, and we'll let you guys know if I kind of hope they introduce a new one, a new variant. You know, I don't know what it's gonna be, but you know, I hope they introduce something.
We should think about some ideas to discuss next week.
All right, if you guys have an idea for any variants you want to see that they don't already use, comment them below. You know, let's try to go send out a petition to Funko and get some new stuff. But until next time, stay collecting.
Good stuff.